Since the mid-1980s, the Criterion Collection has built a reputation as the gold standard for preserving and presenting great cinema. From its early days on Laserdisc to its modern streaming service, Criterion has offered cinephiles a curated library of essential films, often loaded with commentaries and special features that add historical and artistic depth. Celebrities frequently praise the Criterion Closet, sharing their favorite films with childlike wonder. But behind the curtain, this celebrated brand has made its share of missteps and has even drawn legal and ethical scrutiny. Criterion's reputation was built on a promise to honor filmmakers' original visions through meticulous restorations and academic-level commentary. In the early days, that promise revolutionized how people experienced cinema at home. Prior to Criterion, many classic and foreign films were nearly inaccessible to the public. Unless you lived near a major city or studied film, your chances of seeing works by directors like Bergman, Kurosawa, or Renoir were slim. Criterion changed that and quickly gained prestige. However, in recent years, their image has taken hits. One major controversy emerged from a class action lawsuit regarding the Criterion Channel. According to a 2024 report by Top Class Actions, the company was accused of selling private user data to third parties. Without admitting wrongdoing, Criterion settled the case for $4.5 million. If you used the streaming service between 2022 and 2024, you might be eligible for part of that settlement. Although the company has long positioned itself as an advocate for art and privacy, it turns out even Criterion is not above questionable data practices. Their absence from the Better Business Bureau registry and the dozen or so complaints filed against them only reinforce that concern. That is not the only blemish on Criterion's record. In the early 1990s, they released a special James Bond Laserdisc set including commentary tracks from the original cast and crew. These tracks were filled with blunt criticism, offhand remarks, and unfiltered gossip about Sean Connery and the Bond franchise as a whole. The collection was swiftly pulled after legal pressure from Eon Productions and producer Cubby Broccoli, who were not amused by the honesty. For fans, it remains a cult artifact, a raw and rare example of behind-the-scenes candor that modern editions would never dare reproduce. Some issues arise not from Criterion's errors, but from their strict loyalty to directors, even when those decisions backfire. When Criterion released a streaming version of The French Connection, fans were surprised to find that key scenes had been censored to remove offensive language. Although the changes came from director William Friedkin, the damage to Criterion's image was clear. Viewers expected the unfiltered original. Many felt betrayed that the company, known for authenticity, had quietly released a version that deviated from that principle. The same happened with Criterion's release of Wong Kar-wai's restored films. The director personally oversaw the changes, but fans were shocked to find key scenes altered and voiceovers missing from Happy Together, reportedly due to fire damage. Similarly, the Criterion edition of Miller's Crossing by the Coen brothers was found to be 2 minutes shorter than the original cut. Online forums erupted with questions, and eventually Criterion admitted that the Coens had approved the changes. While these alterations may reflect a director's evolving vision, they also challenged the notion that Criterion always preserves films as they were first released. The company walks a fine line between respect for creative intent and fidelity to cinematic history. Sometimes the two are at odds. At its best, Criterion champions film preservation and curates incredible content with love and care. But like all corporations, its image can be more carefully crafted than fans realize. Whether cutting corners on privacy or navigating the tricky politics of censorship and revisionism, Criterion has shown that no brand is immune to compromise. Collectors and film lovers might still cherish Criterion editions for their packaging and bonus features. But it is wise to remember that the company is not just a humble steward of cinema. It is a business. And like all businesses, it must be held accountable even by its most loyal supporters. In the end, Criterion remains a vital force in film culture, but not an untouchable one. As physical media continues to fade and digital platforms rise, consumers should stay informed and aware. If we want to preserve great films, we must also question those who claim to be their guardians.